What's good, listeners? Holler at ya, boy! Yeah, it is Friday, and we are beyond stoked. And let's bring in the one and only co-host, Marissa Pitts. How you doing, fam?
Oh, amazing. I can finally be on the show with you.
Hey,
Technology is great.
there's a lot of new luxury toys amongst the Chris Collins show. We are now not only on one platform, Marissa, we're
Mhm.
on like 5 different outlets. Isn't
And you
that
can
absolutely
comment
insane?
and you can comment live. So please, 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 listeners, you hear something,
Yes.
you're jazzed, you're pissed off about it. I don't care what it is. Comment and we will read your comment
Yeah.
live on the Chris Collins show.
Absolutely. If you want to call out Marissa for her nonsense, because she might have a lot of outlandish
Or
statements for the show.
Chris, come on now.
Oh, no, 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 no. That never applies in the world of the Chris Collins show. I'm just playing. But hey, we might as well start it off on the top of the show. I know no one's really talking about this, Marissa.
What is it?
This Sunday, the Grammys are kicking off. Did you know that? I mean, we got some
I
pretty massive.
knew, but do I really care is the question.
Yeah, let's bring you back up on screen
Mhm.
because, I kind of want to talk to you about this because I feel like the only thing that anybody is talking about right now when it's going into the Grammys is obviously Queen Bey, Beyonce. I mean, she is
Love
definitely
her.
leading the charge because, she has already seen, has been taking the most nominated artist in Grammy history. That's pretty remarkable.
That was
Oh,
weird.
oh.
Sorry
No,
about
no, it's all good. Hey, we're having some fun with this. But, the wild thing is, depending on how many of her 9 awards she takes home on Sunday, the 28-time Grammy winner has the potential to surpass George Schulte and Quincy Jones as the most decorated musician of all times. I mean, Beyonce literally only needs 1 more to pass up Quincy Jones and then 4 to pass Schulte.
And she'll get it. She'll get it this award show. Not even to the next year. This award show. She will get 6.
Yeah, I mean, talk about black excellence. I mean, she really is a superstar. As much as I like to make fun of her, you can't argue that she has a massive following with her listeners. But let's also not forget, there's other artists up there that could potentially, twist things up. I mean, we also have Adele, who's nominated in Song of the Year, and she could become the first songwriter ever to win 3 times in this category if she wins with her song Easy on Me. She's previously took home the Song of the Year for Rolling in the Deep and Hello, and maybe we might see a shakeup when it comes to the Album of the Year. I mean, will people get wild for Harry Styles or will they bow down to Beyonce? Can, maybe Bad Bunny, might twist things up. I know he is the first record.
Love him.
Well, he's also the first artist who's actually only speaking Spanish to be nominated in that category. So that could be very groundbreaking, since I would even compare it to, the Academy Awards with Parasite, really kind of ruffling things up, and our generation being able to embrace more subtitles and, just more culture amongst our all genres of music. But yeah, Kendrick Lamar also could become the first male rapper to win Album of the Year with his solo rap project, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, if they win. Previous rap winners in the past have been Lauryn Hill and Outkast, but Outkast obviously is a duo. But hey, we got an amazing show for everybody that's tuning into the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show, because joining us on Just Talking are the Vision Twins. They are fitness guru sensations that have been catapulting onto the TikTok scene with over 2 million followers. I mean, that is just so freaking insane. And I mean, we have such a juggernaut lineup. We also got striker court artist that's going to be returning to the show. His name is Justin Bernardez. You might know him for the ad-libs. And he is such an incredible soul. He's going to give us an update about where he's at the start of 2023 and so much more. But I also do want to remind the listening audience that I have a music podcast series called Off the Fret, more music talk, featuring LA pop rockers Poe the Passenger as our 7th installment. And literally yesterday, I got to sit down with my first female artist on the music podcast Off the Fret, who is a Nashville country star. Her name is Amanda Cooksey. So keep a lookout in the middle of February for that interview to drop. And for everybody that's tuning in right now, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, or if you're on YouTube, hit the bell so you never miss a live show. But you know what, Marissa? I think it's time to rock and roll. Well, let's get it on. This one's called Say It.
I'm beyond livid.
That's what's been irking me like crazy.
Psycho X.
We hope that he grows from it.
No, legit. I was trying to figure that out also.
Whatever's on our mind, that was something that's been griping.
So, I get to just say it.
That's my question, Marissa. A lot is changing, and that's what we're going to be getting into right now in Say It, because, you know, we're going to be talking about some of the biggest things that has been circulating across the web and across the pond and so much more. So let's get right on into it. A lot is changing for the DC's lineup of movies and shows in the years ahead. And luckily, despite the rash of cancellations affecting everything from the Batgirl movie to HBO Max shows like Titans and Doom Patrol, it's not all bad news. James Gunn and Peter Safran have been installed as the co-CEOs of DC Studios, and they have a strategy for a more cohesive and interconnected lineup of content moving forward. It all starts with the Chapter 1, dubbed Gods and Monsters. And this is a massive lineup that's going to be coming to us. One of them that you can clearly see is Batman, the Brave and the Bold. I think that's one that really stuck out to me because they are going to be introducing a brand new Robin who is Damian Wayne. It is the murderous son of Bruce Wayne, who's going to be joining the Legions. And, you know, Marissa, let's bring you up on screen because I'm kind of curious about your thoughts about this DC film slate, because I kind of felt like, you know, I understand, you know, James Gunn is finally having his send-off with Marvel, you know, with the trilogy film, with the Guardians of the Galaxy, which I cannot wait to watch. But I kind of wish that they didn't follow the same steps as the MCU. I kind of wish that they just kind of fed us like a mama bird to a baby bird, you know, kind of feeding them mouth to mouth. I don't really want the whole package coming at me all at the same time. What are your thoughts on all this?
Oh, I'm like, give me all at once. All right. I want to binge it. I want to like turn off my phone. I want to eat popcorn, have my drinks, and just watch, stay up all night, go to work without sleeping. That's my style. I want it all.
Yeah. I mean, when you kind of look at, you know, what DC films are doing, a little bit different than what Marvel and Disney's approaching it. They're actually having like 3 different universes. You know, they have one that's called the Universe Reset, which is like, you know, Shazam coming up and the Aquaman. Then they introduce, you know, Chapter 1, Gods of Monsters. And then they're also doing a thing called DC Elseworld, which is, you know, Joaquin Phoenix's sequel to the Joker, you know, the Batman with Robert Pattinson. They're also going to be coming up with a Black Superman, which I think is very, very fascinating. You know, I think, you know, with storytelling, I think it needs to go beyond the scopes. I mean, you know, we see with The Last of Us currently right now, you know, people have been preaching about people have been preaching about true vision on screen. And that's a show that's proven that you don't need to do true vision on screen. You can adapt to great storytelling if you just allow kick-ass script writers and directors behind the scenes to elevate these comic book adaptions or even video game adaptions to the next level. But I got to ask you, Marissa, do you feel like Warner Brothers handled Henry Cavill's exit the proper way? Do you feel like he should have had, you know, a second chance?
Well, I mean, it's not even about a second chance. It's a whole different age. It's kind of like the story is meant for a younger Superman. I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't bring him back older, bring him back in another series on here. He was too old for the role. Like that's what happened.
I think I said it a couple of weeks ago, maybe, you know, on the show, but I kind of feel like they are going to bring Henry back in future films. He's probably going to be playing like some evil Superman in one of these adaptations of Superman. But we want to know what you guys think. Join in on the show. I'm ready for it. Go DC.
We have one. We have it's at J Lore. Yeah. So
hey, you know, hey, we're all excited. I think we obviously want to see what goes down. And my final note on this, Marissa, thank God the Snyderverse is gone. forever. What a bunch of garbly-goo. That was probably one of the worst franchises that almost destroyed DC for good. Thank the Lord that they actually had DC's Injustice, the video game series, to really revive this series. And okay, maybe we'll give Zoe Kravitz and Colin Farrell and Robert Pattinson some credit. The Batman's pretty kick-ass if you haven't seen the film. But hey, everybody, stick around because we have more left on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. What's good, listeners? Throw your V's up. Our guest on Just Talking are fitness guru sensations, Vision Twins, live on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. So let's bring them up on screen. Yes. How you guys going, fam? Oh, bring them back. Bring them back.
What are you doing, Chris? I'm pushing the buttons.
I know. Stop doing anything. Hey, did you guys bring your protein shakes? Did you guys move your Ham Hawkins? Are you guys ready to rock and roll?
We don't believe in protein shakes, man. We just get to it.
Okay.
No protein?
Because that's funny because my mom just loves the lifestyle of drinking a protein shake in the morning. So you think that's just a facade that doesn't need to be for everybody?
Oh, no. I think protein shakes definitely have their place. It's just we've just done it for so long and we're like, you know what? We can do our own thing. We've never really done protein to lose the weight. So we're like, let's just keep it going natural, you know?
Hey, absolutely.
Are you getting protein? Because like I said, I'm a certified dietitian or nutritionist, right? So are you getting protein through natural means then? Because you don't have to have a protein shake to get protein. You don't have to eat meat to get protein, right? So are you still getting protein like at least through your food, or are you just like, I'm a carb heavy dude?
Oh no, absolutely. We still eat, chicken, beef, getting our protein in.
Yes,
sure.
and
they're not eating lettuce like a turtle.
Well, I know, and it's true because honestly, as they know too, if you can get your needs, minerals, vitamins, protein, carbs naturally through your food, that is the best way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But you know what, Calvin and Angelo, it's remarkable to see you boys influence millions of followers online embracing the Vision Twins mentality. Don't wait. Lose weight. And keeping an online presence daily is like sticking to a workout regimen. It takes discipline. So how do you guys create content without burning out?
I think the biggest thing for us is just being really connected to our mission. And at the end of the day, whatever we speak has to come through that idea, you know what I mean? The mission, the vision that we have for ourselves. So all the content we do, as long as you have a goal, there's unlimited things you could do to get there. So yeah,
absolutely. But with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok alone, social media becomes a full-time job. And is being a fitness influencer easy?
We wouldn't even really, that's the thing, we don't like to kind of put ourselves in a box with the fitness influencer because we feel like, that scene isn't necessarily where we kind of relate the most, even though granted we do have clients, we do have people that we train and help lose weight. We have thousands of clients that we've helped. But really, wow. It's having a vision, and it's in the name, it's having that vision for yourself and really believing in what you can't see and knowing that you can get there.
Our biggest thing is we help people that are overweight become a person that doesn't necessarily have to go to the gym every day or be a gym freak if they want to just be in shape and love their life. Mm-hmm. And I think that's more relatable to a larger population of people that don't feel like being bodybuilders, don't want to be, running marathons, just want to be the normal person, but they ended up losing a massive amount of weight and got their life back.
Well, how would you then describe yourselves? If you're not a fitness influencer, right? You don't want to use that term, then how would you if you had to put it into a tagline, how would you describe yourself? Like as the putting it out there, should I say?
I don't think we really even describe ourselves. We let the people do that, and we just kind of come as the inspiration and motivation that we wanted to be when we were overweight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, how do you guys, keep up and stay active and engaged with your Vision Twin army? I mean, that seems like such a tough task. I mean, you guys just said right now, we deal with over thousands of clients. I mean, I can't even think of 88 friends in high school that I still keep in touch with. And you guys are keeping in touch with thousands of people. How do you make this all work out? Are you guys the only team? I mean, do you guys have management?
Well, thankfully, there's two of us, and we're very, there's two of us for a reason. I think we've been blessed with that. So imagine if you had a clone, how much more would you get done, Chris?
Yeah, that's a good point. What the hell was my mom thinking? Damn, maybe we might have genetics for this after all in the future.
If there was two of us, rage quit would be, or two of you, there'd be rage quit would be going. Oh!
Yeah, I don't know if there would be any room to talk in this mix. But I mean, what are the Vision Twins doing differently in the new year to keep on growing even more?
I would say diving into our followers a lot more. I think during 2021 to 2022, from the time we first talked to even now, social media does get to your head a little bit, and not in a way that like we thought we were better than anybody, but it was you could take your foot off the gas pedal essentially and not necessarily try as hard as you want it to be. And now we're more of diving back into our people and just showing that we care, and I think that's the biggest thing that lasts the longest is just keep being real, keep being honest, and showing that, we're there for them regardless if it's 2 million, whatever, 3 million followers. We're just there to be someone that they can relate to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, do you boys ever worry about the pressure of like always doing the right thing 24/7 online? Or is that something more for like the Liver King to worry about? Because I know sometimes, you got fitness people like you guys who might want to smoke a blunt or something like that every once in a while. And then, you want to kind of, keep the persona like, hey, we don't drink too much champagne. We're not drinking too much Mad Dog 40/40s behind the scenes. Do you guys let loose? Or, I mean, is it always, kind of sticking with that diet regimen?
I think as far as keeping things on brand, that's definitely the point. But, our brand is us at the end of the day. We are, exactly what we say we are on social media. So we obviously don't go into, like arguing with people or doing that, because that's just not who we are in person anyways. We don't sit there and waste time arguing with the grocery store lady. We just don't do that. So it's very easy for us to navigate in that sense. And as long as we don't go with the mission to hurt anybody or intend to make someone feel less than.
Well, didn't one of you just recently quit smoking weed? I thought I saw that you had noticed you quit smoking weed and your health, and you really leaned into God more. Wasn't that just? I thought I saw that on your recently, right? The last month, wasn't it?
Yeah. So last month we had like totally gone like throw everything away.
Yeah.
It's actually been like a 2 to 3 month thing where we got rid of the weed and really just getting into our prayer and praying to God and just listening to that higher voice, because we feel like we all have that person that in our head that feels like they're kind of controlling our life, not in a bad way, but just somebody to check in with. And it got into a point where we had to just throw it all out, and that really helped us during that time. And not gonna lie, there have been a couple times during the past couple months
more than a couple times,
where we've gone out and smoked weed, but it's not something that we needed to wake up or that we needed to go talk to management. It's not like something that we relied on like how we were. So
gotcha.
Yeah, I would say that you guys kind of sound like Stephen A. Smith, even though he kind of jokes around. He's like, stay off the weed. But the only reason he says that is he goes, I don't know one single soul that allows marijuana to damage their livelihood when it comes to making an income for a living. And that also sounds like what the Vision Twins are all about. We're not going to be, a bunch of couch potatoes. We're not going to let the devil's lettuce, stop us anytime soon. And I think that's, better kudos for you. Better than me. But Vision Twins.
I don't know how people do it during the day. That's hard.
No, it's absolutely. And Vision Twins, let's switch gears because I know the American Academy of Pediatrics issued new guidelines for the first time in 15 years, making the case that eating well and exercising is not always enough. Would you guys agree with this assessment?
So we did watch a video that we were sent by the crew, and we did have a few opinions on it. Obviously, some of the things they were saying had some validity to it, but the way that they took those true sayings and then molded it to fit their agenda was pretty crazy. Some of the things that they were talking about, how your body has like a homeostasis line, and then anytime you try to go on a diet, they're like, forget that.
Yeah, right. Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah, they said that your body wants to bring it back to this level, and whatever's been there for like if you're at this level for 3 to 6 months, that's where your body wants to stay at. But they fail to realize, like, if you just cut your calories down and then you stay there for 3 to 6 months, that's your new baseline. So it's kind of just leaving leeway for people to obviously stay unhealthy, stay overweight. And it's not, that message isn't going to last long. We deal with people that want to lose weight all the time. We were overweight. And you can't tell us that we wanted, that it was okay, that we knew we were fine being overweight. That's just, it's just pleasing to the ears for a minute. But after that, when, you know, the lights are off and you're in your bed by yourself and you're looking at your body, or you're in the mirror looking at yourself, you know that no matter what anybody says, you're not happy with how you look. And, you know, you have to make some changes. And that's where we come in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know the clip that we sent over to you guys was a very popular clip that was trending at the very top of the year. It was with Leslie Stalls on 60 Minutes interviewing the Biden administration's brand new member who's going to be joining the 2025 Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee. And this doctor named Fatima Cody Stanford, who specializes in obesity medicine, claims the number one cause of obesity is genetics. I mean, how does someone keep a straight face saying that? Is it really genetics?
No, we have family, and I'm sure you guys probably have family members who are overweight or obese themselves. And, you know, you can see, you know, their actions and how they maneuver through life and what they're eating. And you can clearly put 2 and 2 together and see why somebody looks like how they look. And, you know, I don't think it's
well, I would say real quickly, like, you know, the biggest way that I would point out to you guys is that really stands out for everybody is the fact that you can look at photos from, like, let's say the 1940s or the 50s of baseball games. You even look at people in the audience stands. No one looks fat. So, like, how did genetics just randomly change in the 80s and all the way until 2023, if that's truly the case?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm a huge conspiracy theorist. So I believe that, you know, they pump up this food, and, you know, it's all meant for, you know, for control. So at the end, they can say, you know, you have a disease and you have a problem, when really they probably don't have a problem. It's just, you know, they're kind of victims because of what, you know, our society is kind of molded.
And I'm totally with you on this conspiracy theory. I'm with you on this one here, because that doctor, just, you know, is a weight loss surgeon, which it doesn't surprise me that she pushes surgery for children, which is not necessary or needed for that. They're not going to die tomorrow with it. Fix your eating, right? Healthier choices, right? Get out and walk. And it's a family thing too, right? And then on top of that, it was the 1990s with the food pyramid, talking about conspiracy, our government wanting us to eat unhealthy, wanting us to pay into more of their medical stuff, right? I'm so with you on this one.
Yeah, that's a great point, Marissa. Like, Angela, let me throw it to you again, because, you know, you've spoken out about, like, you know, like, why people love what the Vision Twins do, because you say, quote, we are so vulnerable with our loose skin. We show it off like it's nothing. You know, so when you hear that, so would you even follow along with some of these guidelines that they were even saying in this very popular 60 Minutes clip, where she was even advocating for kids as young as 13 years old to take a shiv, like in The Last of Us, and slice your stomach fat out? I mean, would you do that if you had the option back then?
Oh, no, I wouldn't. And it's crazy because you like you said, you look at the things that are getting put out nowadays. And I saw this graph the other day. It said, like, Lucky Charms was healthier than, like, eggs or something.
Yeah, I saw the same thing.
It was like red meat was worse. Like, there was just some like dark chocolate's better than red meat. It was just, like, crazy. Like, these things that are being told what is healthy for people to eat versus unhealthy. And you go to any farm in America, you go anywhere where food's being naturally made, and you realize, okay, yeah, like, no one's eating Lucky Charms over here.
Well, yeah, like, you know, it's interesting that you just said right now that you guys are building upon, you know, we're talking about, you know, talking at the charts about how they manipulate us and et cetera. Don't you feel like, you know, I'm not saying you guys are fitness influencers, because you've clearly already spelled that out right now, but We do have a question live on air from Brandon Tejeda, who is saying it is the way food has changed since then and the stuff they add into the foods. But let me add into this, along with Brandon's comment. Do you feel like fitness influencers are saturating the scene with, fake diet plans or regimens that just really don't work out?
I think it's lack of the right information. Most people, they give you a blanket statement on how to lose weight, which is obviously being in a calorie deficit, which again, that is very true. But, if you spell something out, it doesn't mean that someone understands it, So it's being able to put those into terms and put those into real life situations that people understand is what really makes a change. So at the end of the day, it's like trying to tell someone, if you want to get a good grade, study more. Well, what do I study? How do I study? It's that type of stuff.
And how are you guys aiming to deliver a sense of responsibility with ending obesity one day at a time?
100%. And it's kind of about everything that we've talked about, even back to, the conspiracy thing is like, I feel like there's just been so much control in our lives. And even bringing it back to the weed statement, like, there's songs, smoke weed every day. Like, it's like, you have to realize, like, what do you subconsciously listen to and what people are trying to plug into your brain, and really have discernment in where you see your life going, and having that control is what's going to make the difference.
And you know what also could be a great beneficial thing? Because, myself personally, I'm very guilty with drinking Budweiser. I love my beer. But, there's sometimes at a point where, some people as young as our age who are becoming alcoholics. And I don't think people realize, if you, let's say, for example, you're buying a 30 rack every single day and you're just pounding beer consistently, $27.50 every day for a full year is $10,000. Could you imagine if you put that kind of money into your own personal health?
Absolutely. It would be amazing. You'd see crazy results and you'd feel a lot better, obviously. But, that study that the doctor on whatever it was, CNN or something like that had mentioned, it's a mental illness. I do agree in some parts to that. I'm not going to say all of her things are wrong. There's definitely some validity in the whole, it's a disease in the sense of the mind. But yeah, it's something that you have to deal with mentally. And the reason why someone's going out and buying a 30 pack of beer isn't because they love the taste of Budweiser that damn much. They're going through something, and they're going through something mentally that can be caused by a multitude of different reasons. And so if we can get to what those reasons are, then you can correct the behavioral changes. And then now you can change the trigger emotions from, instead of every time they feel, depressed or sad or angry, they go get a beer. Well, now every time they feel depressed, sad, or angry, they go and work out. They go and read a book. They go and do notes. They do something that's, not aiding into that pattern that's been constantly ruining their lives.
So I think what I love that you bring up so much is about, you have a habitual, and if it's a negative habitual, it's not just about stopping it, it's finding out why you do it and then replacing it with a positive habitual. We are creatures of habit, and I promote that with my clients also on there. And it just sounds like I get so reassured hearing it from you two, who are huge life and fitness motivators, who have your voice out there, people listen to. So it just makes me feel good too, that like what message I'm sharing is the same one you're sharing, because it works.
But when you hear that, this doctor is saying, eat what you want, it's your genes after all, I kind of find that kind of outlandish on a level. And to me, it kind of comes across as a bit fat phobic when you tell somebody that, hey, after all, it doesn't matter what you do and put in your body and how many exercise regimens that you do, it's always going to be your genes in the end. Do you view it the same way?
Yeah, it's like it's control. It's telling them they need surgery. And
you're powerless. You're weak. You're a victim to yourself, and you're fat because your mom and your grandma and your dad and your family's overweight. I mean, sure, nurture is very key to someone's weight as growing up and being kids, but that's when someone gets to an age where they can make their own decisions. Then that's someone's decision to say, I'm going to go change this and fix these behaviors. So it's not all, left up to chance.
And that's kind of how, when we were on our weight loss journey, we had gotten to 18 years old and we're kind of looking left and right. And we're like, so not everybody loses weight. It's like, we had started it when we were 17, we get 18, we're out in the real world now. We're like, it's not everybody, change their life. But and you come to realize, there's a lot of people who go further on in life and never make the change. So that's what we're here for.
Hey, so true,
love
Vision
that.
Twins. I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, just the fact that you guys lost a staggering combined weight loss of over 290 pounds, that should tell the CCS family alone that don't wait. Lose weight, baby. I love you guys a lot. Thank you again for joining the Chris
Yes.
College Show, Millennial Talk Show. Where can our listening audience follow you guys on social media?
At Vision Twins on all platforms.
Yeah, that's what's up. Throw your V's up. Throw your V's up. Appreciate you guys. One love. And I want to let you guys know, for the rest of the CCS family that's tuning on in, stick around as we got so much more left on the Chris College Show, Millennial Talk Show. What's good, listeners? Our guest returning live on Strike a Chord is TikTok sensation Justin Bernard with nearly 2 million followers. How freaking insane is that? Also, I want to remind the listening audience to check out my music podcast with LA Pop Rockers, Poe the Passenger, out now wherever you listen to music, and our YouTube channel. But hey, Justin Bernardez, how you doing, my man?
What's up, guys? It's Justin. It feels good to be back. It feels so good.
Dude, I mean, I'm beyond stoked to see my brother from another mother return to the Chris College Show, Millennial Talk Show, especially as a Strike a Chord artist. And you personally reached out to me about wanting to come back on the show. So talk to me. What do you want to get off your chest, Justin?
Oh, man. All right. Well, like I said, it feels amazing to be back. I'm so grateful for you guys. I miss you guys dearly. And a lot's changed since the last time I was on the show. I've put a giant focus on mental health. I put out a whole EP about mental health and healing. And I feel like it's my purpose, honestly, music and talking about mental health. I think it's really what I'm meant to do. I figured it out.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, and I mean, you're obviously starting out the show with your mental health, and I know some of the themes that we were just exploring now on Just Talking with TikTok sensations as well, the Vision Twins, who are fitness gurus. Yeah. I was talking to them about, the burnout it can have, to be constantly producing content for your followers who admire the ad-libs. I mean, I'm a huge fanatic of it. I know that you've been kind of cutting back a little bit. You still do it here and there, but how has that taken a toll on your own personal life?
Yeah, that's a great question. I definitely have cut back for multiple reasons. I would say, one, I feel like I've done so many of the popular artists already that I'm like, all right, what's next? What's next? So I'm waiting for my own inspiration. But I love what you said about burnout because it's so real. I mean, at the status that I've built my fan base up to now, there's such a high demand. It's new video, new video, new video. So it's like I'm trying to build social media with my personal life and everything else I'm doing. And it's so easy to get burned out. I've definitely burned out a lot. But when I have the inspiration, I go for it, and I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's no easy task, Justin. I mean, I think we clearly understand that, the burnout is real. I mean, you have to be constantly producing online content on the daily. It becomes a full-time job. And have you felt like with the success of your TikTok videos, has it not allowed you to branch out and do some of the things that you've been putting, I guess, on the back burner?
Oh, man, it's been one of the main reasons I've been able to branch out and do other things. And I feel like for me, for example, it started with me making my own original music. Then TikTok blew up for me. So now it's a matter of kind of cycling it back. People have been saying like, all right, we've heard you be everybody else, but we want to hear what you can do. Like, what can you do as an artist? So thankfully, because of my built up TikTok audience, among everything else, I'm at that point now. I'm getting ready to drop some new music, and it's good.
What's up? I guess, this is what's leading me to my, next question, because obviously you are known as the guy that does the ad-libs, mimicking some of our favorite popular hip-hop artists. And do you want to be known for that? Or are you saying right now on the Chris Collins Show that it's like, no, that's not. I mean, yes, that was fun. I'm still doing it. I'm there, but I'm beyond that. I am an artist after all.
You know, I think I like that people know me from that, but I can confidently say now that I don't want to be known as that forever. If that's how people are like, wait a second, I've seen that guy before, then that's fine. But
Yeah.
I don't want to be like 75 years old walking down the street and someone's like, the ad libs. Like, I just, hopefully by that point, it's just like, you know, it was there. It built
Well,
up. Like,
sorry to break it to you, Justin. That's never going to go away when you're 75. You have much more success that's going to be coming with you, and people are always going to be saying it. I mean, trust me, I'm always like, man, I got to get that branded on a shirt. The ad libs. I mean, I think it's phenomenal what you do, Justin.
Thank you so
And I
much.
know one of the things that we will be playing right now on the Chris College Show, Millennial Talk Show, is your hit single performance for Up to You. So what can you tell us about this song?
Yeah, so I actually wrote this song when right before I got into this relationship that my whole EP is about. And the song was really saying like, you know, I'm catching feelings and I don't feel bad about it. I'm catching feelings. I'm trying to figure out if she feels the same way. And I was a little confused and it was a little confusing. So at the end of the chorus, I say, I could be yours, but it's up to you, because I wasn't sure where her head was at. And that's how the song was born.
I think I have a feeling where the girl's headset or headspace is at. She's probably was swiping right and she regretted later. Hopefully you're not on dating apps, are you, Justin? With how popular you are with 2 million followers. No, I'm just saying, I'm trying not to decipher this. I feel like the Da Vinci Code. I'm like spinning the dial. I mean, hopefully someone with 2 million followers isn't jumping on Tinder or any of that kind of shit.
If I was swiping Justin, I would definitely not regret later, okay? That was fine, okay?
I love it. I love it.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, Justin, it's up to you. Right? So, no, I think it's a phenomenal single. We have the luxury of being able to play that song right now on Strike a Chord. So let's do our due diligence. This is Justin Bernardez music video, Up to You, live on the Chris College Show, Millennial Talk Show.
Woo.
Girl, you don't really like him, it's a shame. I can tell the way we act that you feel the same. He's just gonna set you back, get him off your mind. He don't know I'm loving you, that's when you're mine. Yeah, yeah, pretty real nice. What a surprise. You think he's smooth, but I'm inside. He's playing the games. Why would I lie? Stop before he hurts you. You won't have to worry why. If you text me, you gon' get a rewind. Look at who you're talking to every night on FaceTime. Every time you hang with me, girl, you have a better time. Like when I'm on top of you, and I like it when you ride. Yeah, he can never treat you like me. I would give you all my everything. When I'm not with you, say you miss me. It's up to you. Let me pull up on you. When you need me, I'll come through. And I'll love you, and I'll trust you. I could be yours, but it's up to you. Up to you, girl, it's up to you. Up to you, girl, it's up to you. I know that we've been friends for a while, but I've been missing you, I've been missing your smile. So when I'm with you, time always flies. I was thinking maybe you could even spend the night. Yeah. Anything you need, I'll be right there. Hold you when you sleep, girl, you know I'll care. I'll be there on your worst days, make them problems go away. Yeah. He can never treat you like me. I would give you all my everything. When I'm not with you, you say you miss me. Yeah. It's up to you. Let me pull up on you. When you need me, I'll come through. And I'll love you, and I'll trust you. I could be yours, but it's up to you. Let me pull It's up to you. Up to you, girl. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you.
Oh man, Justin Bernardez has got me up in my feels, man. I'm jiving. It's Friday. I can do whatever the hell that I want, and that is his hit single, "Up to You." And we got the one and only Justin Bernardez here with us. But I want to remind everybody who's tuning in, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button so you never miss a live show. And let's bring on the beautiful soul back up onto the screen. And Justin, you've been absolutely killing it, showing music lovers how to produce hit tracks of our favorite, hip-hop artists over the years. And how well do you know the music industry and its current trends?
Ooh, what's so tricky about trends is they change so fast, especially with something like TikTok. It's always changing. But I would say I'm pretty up to date. What questions do you have for me? I feel like you have a question.
Yeah, no, I definitely trust me. I'm definitely cooking something up right about here because I know at the start of 2023, I was quite amazed to see that there's a lot of record label executives that are now pursuing young artists to actually start using music AI systems to write lyrics for future singles and albums. Is that something that you've considered to do as like a video series or even maybe potential LP?
You know what? That wasn't something I was considering until you said it, and it sounded.
Yeah,
really
okay, now I want some credit. Now I want some credit, Justin. If you start blowing up like crazy, come on now, fam.
I mean, what a crazy time, right? Using AI to write music. I mean, I wonder if that will eventually take the job of songwriters because there's a bunch of ghostwriters or songwriters. I mean, they kind of go hand in hand, but I wonder if AI can replace songwriting. That's a crazy thought.
Well, I know that if people can save money and not pay out, it will be replaced.
No, I would argue that you can save money because if you don't have to hire like Beyonce, who had to have like 27 writers for one song, and she's like stuck in a funk, and she just has to type in a mere text description of like the theme that she needs. Yeah, she can have 27 AI opinions on it. But I mean, there's no doubt that AI is transforming art, but you see it being the same way when it comes to music, Justin?
I see like pros and cons of it. I feel like there's definitely been times where I'm like, I'll write a line and I'll be like, what rhymes with this word? Like, how can I make this sound kind of poetic? You know what I mean? But I never thought of using AI to kind of lend me a hand. I mean, if you think about it, like I said, we already have songwriters. What's the big difference? It's just an AI songwriter. So I could see myself kind of reaching to it maybe as a curiosity, be like, what's out there? How could this help? And if it helps, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, I've ghostwritten for artists that people listen to every day. And it's like, I did that in my room. Why not get a helping hand from like AI?
Yeah, I think you're onto something. I feel like in the early days in the rap scene, especially when it comes to the 90s, they were probably using a dictionary of thesaurus, to come up with that, that rap line that you kind of on a brain fart for, and you're like, man, I can't figure it out. Now AI is becoming more prevalent nowadays, and some critics are upset with Google's creation of a new AI system that's called Music LM. It's capable of generating music of any genre just using a mere text description. Like, that's totally insane. But the reason I'm referencing this, Justin, and go ahead and bring me back up on screen, Marissa, because, some people say that it is a violation of copyright infringement, as AI can't necessarily make art or music from scratch. I mean, we're hearing that right now. Like, you're typing in, hey, Maka Picasso. You can say that about your modern artists, and now people are getting truly, outraged over, especially the artist, the creator on the other end. Do you feel that same sentiment?
Again, I'm kind of split half and half because I remember when everybody was doing the whole AI thing with the pictures, and it was like people were saying it's theft and you're stealing from artists. So I feel like there's some kinks that need to be worked out. But to be honest, I see it more as a helpful tool than anything. I mean, we have to move with the times. Like, I remember doing my homework on pen and paper. And then some of my friends that have like a younger brother or sister, they're like, yeah, I'm doing homework on my iPad. So it's like, is it cheating or is it just moving with the times? Like, I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted there.
Well, have you heard about that phenomenal instrumental group, Polyphia?
Yeah,
I'm blanking
yeah.
on who the guitarist is, but he recently just spoke with famous YouTuber Rick Beto, and he was actually explaining how he has massive concerns
Wow.
for the generation of, AI music, because he feels like nowadays, if you could just kind of text what you need, a 4-chord progression, and just type it into the system, where does that leave us, the touring artists that are trying to make a killing in this music industry?
Dang. I mean, that is really tough. But you know what I think too? I don't know yet because technology is getting kind of crazy, but I don't know if AI has like emotions. You know what I mean? So coming up, like, does AI have feeling? Does it have emotion? Like AI can write a song for you, but can AI perform a song for you? And will it have the same feeling as like a normal human being, whether it's picking up an instrument or singing? I don't think AI is quite there yet.
Well,
Yeah,
and
that's a good
we
point.
actually have a comment from Ms. Norton also that just put in. She said, but a ghostwriter is still a person. AI would be another way for labels to pay less and make more. I think we're all on
Mm,
No, I think
same
that's a
page
good
there.
point from Mrs. Norton,
Mhm.
because I think everybody can understand that just because you have an iPhone and you can take high quality photos and videos doesn't necessarily mean that you're a professional. So,
true.
how do you manage to maintain musical integrity while being commercially successful?
Are we still? Well, is this still about AI? Or is this just like in general?
Well, I would say just in general. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, what was the question again?
No, I'm just saying, like, we understand that, there's different outlets that you could go to, like getting a co-songwriter or using an AI system to help generate lyrics for a future single or LP. But how do you manage that musical integrity, like your sound, Justin Bernard, is staying true to what you want to
Mhm.
be while being commercially successful?
I think, and maybe not everybody will agree with me, but I feel like as long as it feels good to you and it's genuine and it's authentic, I feel like that's gonna take you everywhere you need to go. Like for me, for example, like my brand has kind of warped over the years from the time I started my videos to where I am now. But one thing that hasn't changed is like it's Justin. I mean, that's my tag,
Yeah.
It's always gonna be me. And you can feel that. Like I have a problem with smiling. It's not gonna change anytime soon. I'm a
What's
happy
wrong with
dude.
smiling?
Nothing wrong with smiling. I'm a smiler
What's wrong
too,
with
Justin.
smiling?
Justin, I'm a smiler too.
I love that. I love that for all of us. But
But
I mean, as long as it feels real, as long
yeah,
as it is real.
absolutely. And I know you also are a phenomenal music producer. You have been posting videos recently about how you've been coming up with different music presets and etc. How do you see the game changing when it comes to producing content? Definitely the musical arrangements in the next decade.
Ooh, it's another one of those things. I just think as the time moves, people are going to adapt. I don't really know where it's headed right now. It's kind of in a tricky state, coming out of COVID where everybody was at home and everyone had to kind of figure out what they were going to do to where we are now. I'm not sure. But what I do know for certain is I'm always going to be moving with the times. Like
Yeah,
whatever piece of technology happens, I mean, I'm with it. Like right now, a lot of people are recording full songs from their phone.
yeah,
Like
isn't that
that's
incredible?
easy. They're taking out the computer part. Like I haven't even dabbled in that yet because I'm just so proficient on a computer. But I mean, like I said, I'm moving with the times. I think the only way to get behind is to not move with everybody else.
And let's talk about moving with the times, because I know a very popular rock star. He's one of my favorites. I reference him all the time. A little like too much to count, to be honest with you. But because he's constantly revolutionizing the game when it comes to the music industry. And this artist is Ronnie Radke from Fallen in Reverse. And recently he's kind of started this trend in the last couple of years where he refuses to create LPs moving forward. Instead, he creates these very massive cinematic music video releases accompanied by a single. And is that the future of music moving forward? Because, it feels like streaming services, only paying a third or a fifth of a penny is not really allowing the artist to really want to pull out a full length album because maybe, the revenue doesn't come back to you, the artist. Do you like this, what he's doing?
I mean, I think it's cool if it works for him. Nothing against it. I mean, attention spans are so different now. I mean, we used to see songs over 3 minutes and 40 seconds. now a lot of songs are under 3 minutes, and it's probably going to keep getting shorter and shorter. So I feel like if the attention span of people is going down, maybe it makes sense to just kind of keep dropping singles and not LP. But I feel like there's a healthy balance between what you want to do and what the people that support you want to hear. And if you could find a happy medium, it's probably the best.
Man, Justin, dude, I gotta tell you, I'm a little disappointed in that response, man. You just sided with Marissa, which I absolutely don't agree with. I hate the fact that artists are only producing singles, not LPs anymore. I understand that people can get frustrated with 8-minute songs from Tool or Metallica, but what happened to storytelling? I feel like I keep saying this reference today. I feel like a baby bird who is being fed by a mama bird with a worm being, just fed. I want the full meal. What's wrong with having the full meal?
I think, too, as an artist, especially if there's no inspiration, you may not be able to even put out an LP. You may not even be able to write an LP. So I guess it's kind of like what you're going through. Like, I know for me, my music will always be a reflection of where I am in life. So at that, I would just say, if the inspiration's there and you can write a bunch, put it out. But if all you have is a single, put it out too.
Gosh, man, the Beatles were like coming up with new albums like every 2 or 3 years. Maybe the millennials, including the zillennials, might have to take on this new AI system so we can start hearing more music from the likes of maybe Justin Bernardez or maybe from some of our favorite artists. But you know what? You've been such an incredible soul, and let's have some fun. We're going to be playing one of your older music videos right now. I think it's super well done. Take notes, fam. Any kind of future potential artist or band that's out there, this is a kick-ass music video. This is Justin Bernardez's song Situations, live on the Chris Collins Show Millennial Talk Show.
Why don't you just give me a good reason? These situations are holding me down. Run up and pull it and I'm at the ground. Give me a good reason, no hesitation. They look at me now, I'm at the top and they ask me how. You should know that I'm doing fine. Your girl keeps hitting my line. You broke, so now she is mine. So I'ma run with it. I'm no psych, but this is a sign. I promise you the last time I got it one of a kind. So tell me who to hit. Say one by one. You keep on breaking ties from the lies. I'm not even. It's overdone. You must be hypnotized. You're surprised. I believe it. I still don't know how to feel. Oh, it's so fake, I need real. But you, I just don't know what it is. Step back, there we go. Step back, there we go. Why don't you just give me a good reason? These situations are holding me down. Run up and pull it and I'm at the ground. Give me a good reason, no hesitation. They look at me now, I'm at the top and they ask me how. You should know that I'm doing fine. Your girl keeps hitting my line. You broke, so now she is mine. So I'ma run with it. I'm no psych, but this is a sign. I promise you the last time I got it one of a kind. So tell me who to hit. Side by side, you keep comparing mine. The dollar sign, you don't have it. I said checkmate. You call it replicate. It's not that great. There's no debate. And how could you follow? You a joke, blowing smoke, and you broke. And how could you follow? You a joke, blowing smoke, and you broke. Yeah. Step back, there we go. Step back, there we go. Why don't you just give me a good reason? These situations are holding me down. Run up and pull it and I'm off the ground. Give me a good reason, no hesitation. They look at me now, I'm at the top and they ask me how. You should know that I'm doing fine. Your girl keeps hitting my line. You broke, so now she is mine. So I'ma roll with it. I'm no psych, but this is a sign. I promise you the last time I got it one of a kind. So tell me who the hell. Woo.
Woo! I love that song.
Yo.
Oh,
Justin
love
Bernardez
it.
bringing the hype up energy going into the weekend. We love you, fam. That is your music video Situations live on the Chris College Show, Millennial Talk Show. And for everybody, well, I feel like they already know where you're at on social media, but you might as well let the new fans right now that are checking you out on the Chris College Show, where can they follow you on social media?
On Instagram and TikTok, it's at Justin Bernardez _. If you're on Twitter, it's at JBernardez _.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yes.
Fam.
Follow
Thank
him if you do not.
Thank you for coming
Yes.
back on the Chris College Show. You were such a beautiful soul. And you know what? I'm going to have to snag you for my Off the Fret music podcast. Let's make that happen, man. I think we have a lot more in-depth conversation that needs to happen. So we'll keep in touch, my friend.
Let's do it. Thank you guys. As always, I'm so grateful for you guys and can't wait for you guys to hear new music. It's coming.
Let's get it, fam. Man, oh man, I cannot wait for it. Thanks again, Justin. And for everybody that's tuning in right now to the Chris College Show, Millennial Talk Show, stick around because we have so much more left. Let's get it. Hey, what's good, party people? We always like to end off the show with a bang and let you guys know what's good because, my gosh, especially this week, all across the nation, there's been just so much negative press that Marissa and we do our due diligence and we want to break the mold and let you, the CCS family, know what's good. And good Samaritans can be found in the most unlikely of places, even the drive-through lanes at your favorite local fast food chain. And last month, TikTok user at Dookie Doughboy shared a video detailing his trip to a McDonald's drive-thru in Elkhart, Indiana, that resulted in him receiving much more than he ordered. Now this viral clip, it's amassed over 2.3 million views. You might understand why after you see this clip. So let's let the video speak for itself.
Just went to McDonald's and they handed me my sausage McMuffin and this bag. Well, what's in this bag?
Josiah Vargas was just handed a bag filled with cash.
Just a couple $1,000s here.
Actually, $5,000.
They handed me a bag full of cash, and I didn't know it until I actually got home. I was just stunned there for a minute.
Josiah, who works as a welder in Indiana, was accidentally given the restaurant's bank deposit. What to do?
Why would you guys do this to me? You know how bad I want this money? Why put me in this situation?
After thinking it through, he returned to the McDonald's.
All the employees come out and start thanking me.
Oh my God, I really want to give you a hug.
It was just like a heartfelt moment.
What did they tell you when you returned, what the error was?
They just said it was an accident, and I'm just guessing the person who did it was really tired.
You know how bad I want this money?
Yeah, I mean, that is, wow. What could have been such a drastic situation for some of those McDonald's employees turned into something good, and we can't thank, Vargas enough for doing a good deed. Don't be that kind of person. Don't run. You will get in trouble if you start taking money that you don't report on, especially, certain situations where you get an extra zero on a bank statement and you think you're clever and you're going to hold on to that money. Don't be that person. Don't be like that. Be like Dookie Doughboy and be a good person. And I love that story, but we got to wrap up the show. We want to give a huge thank you to both these TikTok stars, Vision Twins. Go ahead and follow them on social media, including Justin Bernardez, who also let us in on new music is in the works. It's happening in the year 2023. And if you guys want to know who next week's guest is, you got to make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button and follow us on social media so you never miss out on guest announcements. And I also want to let you guys know that I got a brand new music podcast series called Off the Fret, More Music Talk, featuring LA pop rockers Poe the Passenger, out now on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. And Amanda Cooksey, a country star, is going to be joining me for the next episode. So keep a lookout for that in the middle of February. And for all of you guys that are checking us out on a daily basis, go ahead and go to thechriscollinsshow.com and become a member today and get that free CCS t-shirt. For now, enjoy the weekend, fam, and we'll see you next week. Peace. What's good? It's Chris from The Chris Collins Show Millennial Talk Show, featuring alternative pop rock band Poe the Passenger, amassing over 1 million streams with their debut LP, Alinea, joins Off the Fret. More music talk. What's good, party people? Chris Collins Show presents Music Storm 2022, hosted by Chris Collins and Marissa Pitts, featuring Royals, Hurricane Highway, Cannibal Kids, Amanda Cooksey, Astoria State, Kid Dad, Resounding, Sleep Cycles, Avenues, Freckles, Weather Worn, Just True, Sophia Marie, Music Storm 2022. Available wherever you listen to podcasts. Our brand new podcast, Off the Fret.
I love it. It's more time to chat. Hello.
You would look
Can you
so
hear me?
jazzy. I love your outfit. How far would you go to start playing live music again? This slaps harder than my ex when she got her stimulus check. So, are you here to bring the sexual healing with your music? It's called Everything is Everything, and I guarantee you're going to hear this song in the future. I love the flow, man. Politically charged album. So if you get easily offended, this might not be the album for you. Brand new podcast, Off the Fret.
So excited.
Has Kim Kardashian accidentally sent you a coochie shot?
Do you want to stay there? It's completely your choice. Or you want to...
I feel you. And you know what I love? Off the Fret. More music talk. Peace.